Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat petang and selamat good afternoon everybody. Welcome to our slot for this afternoon. Kita ada slot untuk bahasa Inggeris. I hope you all are ready. Kita bercakap di bahasa pertanian sebab untuk membantu pelajar yang belajar bahasa Inggeris dan juga kita praktis untuk menjawab speaking and listening untuk hari ini. Jadi sebelum kita mula, saya nak perkenalkan teacher-teacher kita petang ini. Di atas saya sebelah kanan adalah teacher Intan, Cikgu Comel ni daripada SMK Tengku Muhammad Ismail Kuala Terengganu, dan kakak saya di atas belah kiri ni pula adalah teacher Samawati daripada PPD Kemaman. Apa khabar teacher? How are you?
Fine. Okay.
Okay. So, without further ado, saya nak cakap terima kasih kepada cikgu-cikgu yang bersetuju menjadi panel kita hari ini. Dan untuk makluman semua penonton, kita ada teacher Intan untuk bercakap sedikit sebanyak tentang paper speaking, dan teacher Samawati pakar teacher listening kita. Jika ada calon-calon SPM nak tanya cikgu-cikgu ni, teacher Intan dan teacher Sama ni, silalah letak dalam chat dan insya-Allah saya akan baca. Okay, teacher Intan, are you ready dengan your slide presentation?
Okay.
Alright. So, okay, the floor is all yours, teacher. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon everyone. Okay, so first of all, I would like to introduce my paper for today would be CFR, aligned for SPM speaking, which we have the code for 1119/3. Okay, so let's recall our 4 component papers. Okay, so we have paper 1, which is a reading and use of language, and then we have paper 2, writing. Okay, and then we have paper 3, speaking, and last one would be paper 4, listening. Okay, so speaking, you will be sit for speaking test in February 2022, okay, which is next year. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, kita pergi ke slide seterusnya. Okay, so aims for today, I will give you an overview of the speaking test, and at the same time, we'll provide you some ideas on how to tackle for each part of the test. Okay, jadi hari ini kita punya objektif ialah kita nak tengok keseluruhan kertas speaking, ujian bertutur ni, and at the same time, teacher akan share idea macam mana nak kuasai every part of the test. Okay, setiap ujian yang ada. Okay. So briefly for the introduction, I'm going to introduce the format. Okay, teacher akan terangkan sedikit pasal format. Okay, so you're going to be in pair. Okay, awak akan dipasangkan. Okay, your pair or your partner would be your classmate. Okay, yang mana pasangan anda adalah rakan sekelas anda. Okay, and this pairing will be done by either your teachers or your SU peperiksaan. Okay, and then we have interlocutor. Okay, we have interlocutor who is your own English teacher. Okay, so make sure after this be kind to your English teacher. Okay, and then another one more, we have external examiner, which we call that person assessor. Okay, so this assessor, this external examiner is actually a teacher from other school. Okay, maybe from a nearby school ke, or maybe from other schools, from other district ke, we don't know yet. Okay, kita tak tahu lagi sama ada assessor daripada luar ni adalah daripada cikgu, daripada sekolah berdekatan ke ataupun tidak. Okay, and then the whole paper for speaking paper, okay, untuk ujian bertutur ni we have 3 parts altogether. Semua sekali ada 3. This is exactly the same like your 2019 PT3 speaking test. Okay, sama seperti ujian PT3 yang pernah awak duduki pada tahun 2019. Okay, whereby you have 3 parts altogether. Ada 3 bahagian semua sekali. Okay. However, types of questions a bit different. Okay. Cuma berbezanya adalah soalan yang diberikan ataupun tugasan yang diberikan kepada anda. Okay. So we have part 1. Okay. It is an interview. Okay. Interview ni meaning that it is only between you and your interlocutor. Your interlocutor, cikgu awak tu, okay, your own teacher will ask you questions. Okay. Questions tu memang dah disediakan. Okay. Soalan tu dah disediakan and very simple. Okay. Sangat mudah dan sangat ringkas. Okay. Okay. This is between 3 to 4 minutes. Okay. 3 hingga 4 minit ni because you are being paired kerana awak berpasangan. So maybe 2 minutes for you and 2 minutes for your friend. Okay. Okay, and then we have part 2. Okay, bahagian yang kedua ni we call it as long term task yang mana you need to expand your ideas when talking about something. Okay, kena kembangkan idea apabila nak bercakap sesuatu tajuk tu. Okay, but you will be given task card. Tapi awak akan diberikan kad tugasan. Okay, nanti kita akan tengok. Okay, this is also like 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, 3 hingga 4 minit. Okay, and then we have another one more. The last part would be part 3. Okay, bahagian yang terakhir ialah bahagian ketiga. Where we call it as collaborative task, or you may familiar with the discussion part. Okay, atau kita panggil dia sebagai tugasan berpasangan ataupun perbincangan. Okay, this one is around 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, 4 hingga 5 minit. Okay, kalau laju just mention to me Okay, so this is the setting and the roles. Okay, roles selalunya most of it would be your teacher and the teacher from other school lah. Okay, so the setting would be like this, where you have you and your friend. Okay, and then you will face you will face your teacher, and then you have another teacher from other school will sit a bit slanted, so that he or she could hear whatever you have said or mentioned to your teacher. Okay, okay, and then the role of your teacher. Okay, your teacher is actually an interlocutor who will conduct the test. Jadi cikgu awak ni yang akan orang kata akan menjalankan ujian bertutur ni. Okay, it's not the assessor. Bukannya assessor daripada cikgu luar tu. Okay, no. Okay, so she or he will conduct the test, and then at the same time she also will keep the time. Okay, keep the time ni maksudnya dia akan tengok masa. Okay, so that you will not exceed than the time given for you. Okay, for example, like only 2 minutes, you need to talk only for 2 minutes. Okay, so let's say you exceed, your teacher will give you a sign. Okay, for example, like say thank you. Contoh macam dia akan kata thank you. Okay, bila thank you tu maksudnya awak dah terlebih lah. Okay, meaning that you already exceed the time given. Okay, and then your teacher also will give you marks. Okay, akan bagi markah juga untuk awak. Okay, so markah apa? We will see after this. Okay, kita akan tengok markah apa yang your teacher will give to you. Okay, and the teacher from other school, we only listen. The assessor ni cuma dengar je. He won't criticize you, he won't give any comments. Okay, he only listens. Okay, dia cuma dengar saja, and then at the same time he will give marks. Okay, dia akan bagi markah untuk anda. Okay, so whatever you do, make sure please be confident and talk. Just speak. Okay, cakap je. Itu je yang perlu awak buat untuk dapat markah. Okay. Okay, so ni yang teacher kata apa markah yang akan diberikan, what your teacher will give and what the assessor will give to you. Okay, so assessment criteria would be, okay, for your teacher alone, okay, she or he will have 6 marks in his or her hands. Okay, dia ada 6 markah dalam tangan dia nak bagi kat awak ni. Okay, and your partner. Okay, the criterion would be overall spoken performance. Okay, overall spoken performance. Overall spoken performance ni, we look over the whole test, how you perform, how you what we say, how you perform during the whole test. Maknanya sepanjang test from part 1 until part 3 tu, macam mana awak beraksi, macam mana awak bercakap, macam mana awak lontarkan idea, how you throw your ideas, how you initiate the conversation between you and your partner. Okay, macam mana awak mulakan perbincangan awak, perbualan awak with your partner, semua tu. Okay, however only 6 marks. Okay, cuma 6 markah for overall spoken performance. Okay, and then another 3 more criterion. Okay, another 3 more criteria where the assessor will give you, okay, would be grammar. Okay, grammar ni tata bahasa, vocabulary, okay, and also communicative achievement. Okay, so each of the criterion, okay, setiap kriteria ni carries 6 marks. Okay, membawa markah 6 markah. Okay, for the assessor. Okay, so grammar, vocabulary and communicative achievement. Communicative achievement ni sama macam tadilah, macam overall spoken tu. Maksudnya macam mana awak orang kata prolong your conversation tu. Orang kata memanjangkan, okay, perbualan awak tu. Okay. Okay, next slide. Okay, so these are the scores for overall performance. Okay, so kalau nak dapat score 6, okay, once your teacher give you the question, at that moment you answer. Okay, maknanya awak, cikgu awak bagi je soalan, terus awak jawab. Okay, without any hesitation, tanpa sebarang orang kata gagap-gagap ke, tak ada. Okay, will get score 6. Okay, maknanya terus je jawab. Okay, okay, and then score 5 pun sama. Okay, however you have hesitations, tapi ada sedikit orang kata ni lah bukan gagap-gagap, macam you have to think a bit but not too long. Okay, awak akan fikir sekejap untuk dapatkan perkataan whatsoever, and then you gather your sentences and then you start speaking. Okay, itu untuk score 5. Okay, and then score 3. Okay, score 3 you will have this macam ada repetition. Okay, awak sikit-sikit awak ulang your sentences tu. Okay, for example like I think I like this because of I think, then you ulang lagi. Okay, so that would be score 3. Okay, what about score 1? Okay, score 1 ni, okay, score 3, score 2, score 1, sekiranya once your teacher give you the questions and then you need the backup prompt. Okay, you need help from her, from your teacher. Okay, mana-mana awak bercakap tu, awak perlukan bantuan daripada cikgu awak tak faham. Okay, so once you ask your teacher, teacher, what is the meaning of this word? Bila tanya macam tu je, okay, so we will go down to score 3. Okay, so meaning prompting is needed there. Okay, the help is needed there. Okay, bantuan diperlukan kat situ. Okay, what about 0? 0 ni, once kalau cikgu tanya je, once your teacher ask you a question, yes, no, or you keep silent all the way to part 3. Okay, maknanya awak senyap je sampai ke ujung test tu. Okay, so you will get score 0 for overall spoken performance. Okay, or maybe you use bahasa Melayu ke, once your teacher ask, teacher tak faham bahasa Inggeris. Okay, so automatically 0 lah. Okay, okay, and then we have grammar. Okay, so grammar we have 6 marks here. So grammar ni kita tengok pada tata bahasa, the accuracy, ketepatan penggunaan, for example the sentences used, okay, types of sentences used, okay, jenis-jenis ayat yang awak guna, either it is simple ke, simple compound, or you combine with you mixed your sentences with compound complex ke. Okay, so the scoring is based on that. Okay, and at the same time kita tengok juga how you use the words, macam mana awak guna perkataan, is it clear enough, is it apa orang kata the cohesive devices tu betul ke tak penggunaan dia. So we will look at that. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then we have vocabulary. Okay, so vocabulary ni, okay, if you apa orang kata dari segi perkataan, penggunaan perkataan. Okay, for score 3 ni, you use words that you use every day. Okay, guna perkataan yang sama, yang sentiasa guna setiap hari. Okay, whereby for score 6 ni untuk dapatkan 6 markah tu, you need to use words, okay, perkataan which has a different meaning, but then it still can be used for that sentence. Okay, bawa maksud lain tapi masih lagi boleh digunakan untuk ayat tersebut. Okay, which is what we call as appropriate lah. Okay, yang mana yang bersesuaian. Okay, if you use the terminology whatsoever, you might get score 6 because it is considered as unfamiliar words for unfamiliar topics and considered as complex. Okay. Okay.
Teacher Intan, boleh tak nak tanya sekejap Teacher Intan?
Yes.
Jadi kalau budak ambil vocab yang bombastik semua-semua tu kira berbala lah.
Okay. We need to make sure that the candidate use appropriate word. Kalau guna perkataan tu, is it appropriate with the sentence, with the ideas?
Okay.
Dia kena ada macam tu. Kalau katakanlah the candidate used but then it is incorrect, so we cannot give the students score 6. Macam tu.
Lepas tu so tanya, bombastik tu boleh guna tak?
Boleh. Sangat-sangat boleh. However, you need to make sure lah. Because this is impromptu. Okay. Pasal jarang kalau budak betul-betul apa orang kata budak yang pandai, okay, they can use the words. Okay, boleh guna bombastic words. Okay, however, because this is impromptu, kadang-kadang tu ada perkataan yang tak apa orang kata tak datang pun dalam kepala kita ni. Okay. So mungkin pada waktu tu dia guna perkataan lain, so maksudnya bawa lain dan is inappropriate for that sentence, so memang kita tak boleh bagi score 6 lah, although ada attempt. Okay, however it can be used, we can give score for 5 and then 4. Tengoklah. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Ni mesti cikgu tanya ni.
Ada beberapa student kat chatting ni. Dan untuk student, I really hope you can pay attention because soalan yang Teacher Intan bagi ni masuk dalam quiz. Jadi siapa nak hadiah sila pay attention lah sebab Uniza akan bagi hadiah misteri untuk 4 orang bertuah. So setiap apa maklumat yang Teacher Intan share ni, make sure you guys betul-betul catat lah sebab semua ni berkait belaka dan kita akan letak belaka dalam quiz kan Teacher Intan?
Yes. Okay, yang score 6 ni yang ni, yang siapa kata yang bombastic tu, okay, can convey specific differences in meaning through appropriate choice of vocabulary. Okay, tu score 6. Maknanya guna betul lah. Okay, whereas kalau score 3 ni macam dia guna, okay, but then still ada errors in vocabulary choice. Okay, ada errors dari segi perkataan yang digunakan tu. Okay. Okay, so score 1, ni selalunya kalau budak-budak yang apa orang kata memang betul-betul tak pandai, if you use orang kata daily words, okay, I go to school, very simple one, okay, insyaAllah akan dapat score 1. So do not worry, jangan susah hati. Kerana budak yang tak pandai bahasa Inggeris pun, if you practice more on speaking, insyaAllah you will get at least score 1. Walaupun simple-simple. Mana tahu kot akan dapat score 2 for vocabulary. Okay. For example like this one, okay. For example like I found. Found is actually kita kira panggil macam apa daily word lah, okay. Yang biasa kita guna lah, okay. I found this old photo yesterday, okay. And then kita ubah sikit, ada budak yang pandai sikit dia akan guna came across, okay. And then kalau yang lagi pandai dia nak guna bombastic sikit, okay, stumbled upon. Okay, so these are the vocab yang teacher cuba nak nak highlight ke awak. So when you use familiar words, okay, maknanya masih lagi dapat markah tapi tidaklah setinggi score 6 tu. Okay, so this is what kalau yang found ni, okay, this is B1. Okay, came across is actually B2. Mana-mana yang phrasal verb, okay, phrasal verb selalunya dia akan duduk dekat B2 level. Okay, level B2. Okay, B2 ni kita panggil orang kata aras-aras CEFR. Okay, whereas stumbled upon ni, stumble tu is quite rare, orang kata bombastic jugalah kan. Stumble upon, okay, this one is C1. Okay. Okay, boleh nampak perbezaan? Okay, next one. Okay, communicative competence. Okay, communicative competence ni, okay, is actually the assessor will assess on how you maintain the conversation. Okay, how you express yourself. Okay, macam mana awak lontarkan idea awak. Macam mana awak orang kata maintain, kekalkan perbualan antara awak dengan rakan anda, antara awak dengan cikgu anda. Okay, once the question is given, for example like what is your name? Okay, awak pun jawab my name is Intan, that's it. Okay, but you don't have this intention to like develop a bit more. Okay, awak tak ada inisiatif nak panjangkan lagi tu, mungkin skor tu akan turun. Okay. Okay, so you can see over here, okay, we have score 6 until score 1. Okay, score 0 tu macam tadilah. Maknanya tidak ada apa-apa percakapan yang keluar daripada awak. Tak ada perkataan yang keluar daripada awak. Okay, for example, contoh macam yes and no. Kalau yes and no tu memang assessor or even your teacher cannot assess your language. Okay, tak boleh nak orang kata tak boleh nak nilai, tak boleh nak evaluate kemahiran bertutur anda. Okay. Okay, so score 6, okay, express him or herself spontaneously with little obvious searching for expressions. Okay, maksudnya kat sini kalau score 6 tu maksudnya fluent, very fluent. Okay, maknanya sangat lancar dia bercakap tu, petah. Okay, and then dia boleh macam in discussion part tu she or he actually helped his or her partner. Okay, dia tolong. Nampak je partner dia tu diam and then dia try to initiate the conversation tu. Dia try to orang kata to help the partner to say something. Okay, tu kalau score 6. Okay, whereas for score 3, okay, score 3 ni a bit hesitation. Maksudnya ada sekat-sekat sikit lah bila dia bercakap. Okay, but okay, and then you have score 1. Okay, score 1 ni kalau ada banyak sangat pauses. Okay, pauses ni maksudnya awak berhenti lama, lepas tu awak sambung balik bercakap. For example like I think, senyap, I think, ulang lagi, I think this is good because, lepas tu senyap pula. Okay, so that one can be score 1. Okay. Okay, and sometimes you may ask your teacher for clarification. Okay, for score 1.
Teacher Intan, ada orang tanya, bila bercakap ni kena fluent lah kan?
Okay,
Hakim
kalau nak score 6 kena fluent lah. Okay, tapi tak semestinya kalau tak fluent tu tak dapat markah. Okay, kalau tak lancar tu tak dapat markah. Tu salah lah. Okay, kita ada score 6 until score 0. Score 0 ni tak cakap apa. Or you just say yes or no, or you use BM kalau score 0 ni. Score 1, awak bercakap tapi tak adalah lancar mana. Okay. Score 3 tu lancar sedikit. Okay, whereas score 6 tu lancar banyak lah. Okay.
And then pada Chi Song Yo tanya, can we ask for repeating question?
Okay, once you ask for repetition, once you ask your teacher to repeat the questions, okay, that one is automatically score 1 for communicative competence. Okay, and at the same time dia akan apa effect pada you punya overall performance nanti.
Efek
Okay.
banyak ke? Maklumlah kok dia menggelabah ke macam mana ke?
Dia memang macam tu.
Okay, Teacher Intan.
Okay, so once dia macam mana, because this is impromptu. Okay, once you ask for clarification, automatically untuk communicative achievement memang score 1 lah.
Okay, there's another student, Hazi Idea tanya, if you use English slang, will it help with the marks?
If you use English
Slang.
slang,
I think
okay.
antara dua, Teacher Intan. Kalau English slang ataupun English accent. Apa beza slang dan accent?
Okay. So if you are actually, it's like this. Kalau accent ke slang ke whatsoever it is lah. Okay, English slang ni selalunya apa orang kata more to the words is it. Okay, the word used to. Okay, kalau accent tu the pronunciation. Okay, so pronunciation tu, okay, if the way you speak is like native speaker, is a credit for you. Okay, kalau waktu cakap macam Mak Saleh, macam dah apa orang putih, okay, it will be a credit for you. Okay, satu kira macam kelebihan untuk awak lah. However, what we are looking right now is not the accent actually. Okay, what we are looking now is at the way how you express your ideas, the way how you express your opinions, tu yang kita nak tengok. Okay, and how you prolong your discussion, how you prolong your conversation. Tu yang kita nak tengok, macam mana awak kekalkan perbualan anda, macam mana awak guna perkataan to express your disagreement ke, the way you agree with your partner ke. Kita nak tengok yang tu. Okay, kemahiran yang tu. Okay. Kalau
jadi accent.
Siapa yang tak apa orang kata tak ada accent pun, tak maknanya cakap betul-betul lokal Terengganu, English Terengganu, it is okay. Okay, you still got marks for it. Okay, masih lagi dapat markah. Jangan susah hati. Cuma yang perlunya buat ialah bercakap sahaja.
Okay, sebab Nur Wahidah pun tanya juga, teacher, would it affect our mark if we use American accent pula?
No. Okay, tak. Guna American accent pun tak ada masalah. But the word used and everything tu, itu yang kita nak tengok. Okay?
Dan saya suka easy IBR. I think the contents are more important than accent. Betul tak, teacher?
Yes, betul. Very good, teacher. Okay. So, Allahummah. Okay, ada lagi soalan?
Ada satu lagi. Here, pada Abdul Azim. Teacher, how about we like fluent at the beginning, but in the middle of the conversation, we suddenly stuck sebab tak ingat one word. Dia akan potong markah tak, teacher?
Okay, that one, you need to use apa orang kata, bila start tu dia ada teknik dia. Okay, you need to like say something to your teacher, for example like excuse me, let me gather my words ke. Okay, dia ada teknik dia. Bila untuk buy time tu. Okay, kita panggil buying time. Okay, bila dah start tu, awak rasa awak dah start tu, okay, let me put myself my words together. Okay, jadi awak pun terus fikir sekejap, ambil masa sikit untuk tu. Untuk cari perkataan yang sesuai. Okay, dia ada perkataan kita panggil buying time. Okay, teknik untuk buying time.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so we go on to the next slide. Okay, so these are the reminders. Okay, for all of you before, while, and after the test. Okay, first of all, do not bring any pencil or paper because you are not allowed to write any answers. Okay, if you write down your answers, it will be considered as prepared speech. Okay, jadi tak boleh bawa pensel ataupun paper ataupun kertas. Okay, and even you will not be provided with pencil or papers. Okay, dan awak juga tidak akan diberikan pensel dan kertas. Okay, so this is more like impromptu lah, memang daripada awal tadi teacher kata ini adalah impromptu. Okay, and then manner is important, adab. Okay, so don't forget to greet. Okay, when you enter the room, make sure you greet your teachers. Okay, pastikan bagi salam dekat cikgu-cikgu awak. Okay, and then please pay attention throughout the test. Okay, berikan tumpuan sepanjang ujian bertutur. Okay, and never interrupt your partner when he or she is speaking. Okay, jangan sekali-kali kita apa orang kata ganggu perbualan ataupun percakapan kawan-kawan kita, pasangan kita semasa cakap tu. Okay, and then make sure always smile. Okay, make sure always smile. Okay, pastikan sentiasa senyum. Okay, and at the end of the test, make sure you say thank you. Okay, lepas dia habis test tu, make sure ucap terima kasih kepada cikgu-cikgu anda. Okay. Okay, so we go on to next slide. Okay, this slide we will focus on part 1, part 2 and part 3. Okay, so teacher akan fokus dulu kepada part 1. Okay, part 1 is an interview. Okay, and 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, the time would be 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, you have two phases. Okay, ada dua fasa. So the first phase would be, okay, first phase ni selalunya, okay, soalan ialah about general questions. Okay, about your personal information. Okay, what is your name? Where do you live? How do you come to school? Okay, and this question, okay, this phase, okay, these questions mungkin akan berulang kali akan digunakan setiap tahun. Okay, and then phase 2. Okay, phase 2 is more on familiar topics. Okay, for example like daily routine. Okay, contoh fasa 2 untuk part 1 ni, okay, selalunya dia akan guna topik-topik yang selalu awak ni lah, contoh daily routine. Okay, daily routine ni kehidupan harian anda. Okay, maybe asking about school, your friend ke, your family ke. Okay, we don't know. Okay, tapi but what we have here is actually a sample from LPM. Okay, ni adalah contoh soalan daripada lembaga sendiri. Okay, so daily routine, for example like, what do you normally do after you wake up? Okay, what do you usually do after coming back from school? Okay, that kind of questions. Okay, 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 this is the sample for part 1. Okay, you have phase 1 and then phase 2. And don't worry if you don't understand mana anak-anak pelajar yang lemah bahasa Inggeris, do not worry, you can ask your teachers questions if you don't understand the first question that being asked. Okay, for example like, what do you normally do after you wake up? So awak tak faham, it is okay, you can ask your teacher, can you repeat the question? Okay, and then your teacher will give the backup prompts. Okay, backup prompts tu dia akan lebih mudah. Okay, maknanya lagi mudah lah. Okay.
Teacher Intan, ganggu kejap okey tak? Ayi tanya, does this part will be given marks or just a warm up? Phase 1 and phase 2.
Okay, phase 2 is under interlocutor overall performance.
So is it a warm up? Is it mula-mula or
okay,
counted?
This is a warm up, but then for the assessor, for the interlocutor will give marks for you, for the candidate, start from part 1 until part 3. Okay, daripada part 1 hingga part 3 tu dia akan tengok cara awak bercakap semua-semua tu. Okay, not only a warm up tapi dia akan consider jugalah. Okay.
And then Hakim Firdaus tanya, is it allowed for us to lend a hand to our partner when needed, especially when tiba-tiba dia tersekat ke macam mana ke?
Cannot. Okay, cannot. Because this is an interview which is considered as individual. Okay, individual task. Okay, awak boleh je macam nampak je kawan awak tercungak-cungak macam tu, maknanya tengok je lah dia, because you cannot interrupt this one.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Itu je soalan setakat ni.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, there are things to ponder. Okay, so phase 1, okay, because this is a general introduction, only asking your personal information. Okay, pasal ditanya je, okay, your personal information. Okay. For example, like what's your name? Okay, walaupun short answer, tapi ada you are actually advised, okay, awak dinasihatkan untuk prolong, okay, the conversation. Prolong the conversation, okay. For example, like, okay, what's your name? Okay, awak nama apa? Okay, so let's say for me, okay, my name is Intasha Finas. That's it. Okay, very simple one. Okay, sangat simple kan? Okay, sangat simple. So, markah untuk yang lain-lain tu kita akan tengoklah nanti. Okay, the assessor will assess you on your grammar, on your vocab, okay, and then at the same time on your communicative competence. Okay, kalau this is what my name is Intasha Finas, very short. Okay, sangat pendek. But however, if we have another style of saying your name is like, for example, I'm Intasha Finas, but you can call me Intan. Okay, that's more friendly kan? Okay, lebih macam nampak very ease. Okay, very calm je. Okay, jawab. Okay, and then where do you live? Okay, I live at Taman Purnama ke, and then maybe you can describe your area. Okay, you can describe your area, your living area. Okay, how do you come to school? Okay, how do you come to school? You can say out, you can answer it as I come to school by car, bus or bicycle, or maybe you can describe. Okay, maybe you can use the WH questions. Boleh guna WH questions. Who sent you to school? Okay, and then maybe you can apa orang kata ubah sikit ayat tu. I walk to school every day or I cycle to school every day. Boleh je. Okay, whereas for phase 2 untuk fasa yang kedua is more focus on specific theme. Okay, macam tadi teacher beritahu family topics family topics. Okay, for example like daily routines. Okay, this one need longer responses lah. Okay, awak kena panjang sikit jawapan awak. Okay, panjang sikit jawapan anda. Okay, for example like I took this one. Okay, how do you spend your leisure time? Okay, janganlah jawab I watch Korean drama during my leisure time, that's it. Okay, try to expand your ideas by using the WH questions. Okay, for example like here I give you question why. Okay, why do I watch Korean drama? Okay, because I find it interesting and I can spend time with my mother. Okay, so maknanya mak dia memang suka jugalah Korean drama kot. Okay, so right now what I'm saying here is that okay, once you apa orang kata you make your sentence or your ideas longer, okay, it shows that okay, menunjukkan bahawa you know how to maintain your conversation. Macam maknanya awak tahu macam mana nak kekalkan perbualan tu. Okay, and at the same time once you make your response a bit longer, okay, and at the same time we will see how you use the conjunctions, okay, the linkers. Okay, any questions? So make sure for part 1, for this interview, make sure add extra info, especially for phase 2. Okay, and then don't forget to use linking words and conjunctions and try to come up with variety of sentences. That is important.
Teacher Intan, ada Intan Suhada tanya, teacher, if phase 1 we can answer but phase 2 we cannot answer, can everyone get marks?
Okay, so my question would be both ke yang tak boleh bercakap, tak dapat nak jawab for part 2?
Let's just say mula-mula dia and the second time is a friend pula tak boleh nak jawab, macam mana? How do they score that?
Okay, the marks will be given individually. Okay, markah tu akan diberikan secara individu. Okay, for example like part 2 is a let's say your partner tak dapat tak boleh nak jawab. Okay, kalau you boleh jawab, you akan dapat markah. But then your partner untuk bahagian dia tu tak dapatlah markah. That's it.
So
Okay.
let's say your partner does
Yeah.
grammatical error, tunggang langgang. So only deduct mark from your partner lah kan. You're not, you're not guilty.
You're not guilty. Betul Miss Nurul.
And then Hakim Firdaus tanya, are there any extra marks provided for body language?
No.
Who knows? Maybe stand up straight,
No.
give you extra mark, or maybe
No. Because the criteria itself dah clear enough. We are actually focusing on the overall spoken performance. Spoken, when it says spoken, meaning that the way you speak. It doesn't matter you dah tangan dah macam merata-rata tangan tu dengan memek muka ke whatsoever. No, we are looking at the skills that you have. Okay.
So Afiqi Azman tanya, teacher lagi prefer friendly speaking or formally speaking? Do you want the candidate to speak like they're talking to a friend, or you want the candidate to talk like they're talking to a teacher?
Okay, it actually depends on you. Which one do you prefer? However, if you want to use informal language, make sure it is informal in terms of you can use contraction, because this is speaking. Okay, this is speaking. And then when it comes to discussion, you can also use informal language, but then tapi make sure it is in a polite way. Okay, tak naklah perkataan-perkataan that's not good, tak naklah macam tu. Okay.
Alright, beres.
Okay, so next one. Okay, part 2. Okay, part 2, individual long term. Okay, 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, so each candidate will have different task given. Okay, dia akan dapat task yang berlainan, tugasan yang berlainan, task card. Okay, task card yang berlainan. So candidate A akan dapat task card A, candidate B will get task card B. Okay, so 20 seconds for preparation. Once you've got your task card, okay, the assessor, the interlocutor, your teacher will ask you to prepare yourself. Okay, you akan diberikan masa 20 seconds to prepare yourself. Awak akan tengok soalan, masa itulah awak expand the ideas, okay, elaborate points that you have in your minds whatsoever. Okay, and then you will give 1 minute to give your response. Okay, 1 minit tu untuk awak bercakap, okay, about your task card tu. Okay, and then another 20 seconds. Okay, this is 20 second listening candidate response ni adalah untuk partner awak. So partner jangan tidur ya, because you have questions given. Okay, there will be a question given for you, okay, which is related to candidate A. Okay, contoh macam candidate A ni dapat about family celebration. Okay, so candidate B kena dengar betul-betul, because you will get listening candidate question, okay, yang berkaitan dengan family celebration. Okay, jangan tidur Okay, why we have this listening candidate question? Because we don't want you to sleep. That's it. Okay, so be pay attention. Okay, be attentive. Okay, so these are the examples of frames. Okay, ni lah yang teacher kata task card. Okay, candidate task card ni. Okay. Okay, this one. Candidate task card. Okay, contoh macam family celebration. Ni untuk candidate A. Candidate A akan bercakap yang ni sahaja. Okay, nanti bila time candidate B, okay, kawan awak pula dia akan bagi task yang lain, tugasan yang lain, tajuk yang berlainan. Okay, so jangan susah hatilah. Macam awak kata tadi, kalau kawan awak tu tak dapat bercakap, adakah efek markah awak? Tak. Okay, so awak bercakap pasal awak sahaja. Okay. Okay, so part 2. Okay, so what you need to do is macam tadi juga, need to give more info. Okay, look at the tense used. Kena tengoklah tense apa yang digunakan. Okay, kalau macam ni, okay, kalau macam ni, it is in past tense kan. So awak kena guna past tense lah. Sebab tu 20 seconds tu awak kena fikir, awak kena tengok molek, okay, tense apa yang digunakan dalam soalan tu, okay, tengok soalan last kali. This is in present. So maknanya jawapan yang last kali tu mesti dalam present tense. Okay. Okay. And then don't forget to link your ideas using conjunctions ke, cohesive devices ke, okay, and try to come up with variety of sentences. Okay, okay, ni adalah contoh-contoh untuk giving opinions. Okay, like personally for me, celebrating my father's birthday would be the best celebration that I had so far. Contoh macam tu, okay. So inilah contoh-contoh dia. Okay, ni untuk listening candidate questions ni. Okay, ni partner awak lah ni. Kenapa? Kena prepare lah. Kena dengar betul-betul. Okay, what was the last celebration you had? Yang ni awak boleh jawab sama pendek atau panjang ke ikut pandai awak. Okay.
Teacher, Sarah Nordin ask a question, teacher. Dia tanya, teacher, masa kita cakap tu, task card yang teacher tunjuk tadi tu setiap ada dengan kita atau kita dah kena bagi pada intercalator?
Okay, masih lagi berada di tangan anda sebagai seorang calon. Okay, awak akan pegang sehinggalah interlocutor, your teacher tu kata say, okay, thank you. Bila say thank you tu, maknanya awak bolehlah hulur kertas tu dekat dia, task card tu kat dia. Okay.
And then Nur Wahidah tanya, teacher, the difficulty of each test, is it the same or not? Maksudnya dia ada task 1, pada kawan dia ada task 2. Sama-sama taraf susah ke ada orang pilih kasih? Ada yang susah, ada yang senang ikut nasihat?
Sama sahaja. The level would be, okay. Ni teacher bagi tahu, okay. For part 2 ni, all the task is all about you as teenagers. Okay, semuanya berkenaan awak sebagai seorang remaja yang berlaku di sekeliling anda. Okay, either is family celebration ke, hobi ke, you will talk all those topics lah. Benda yang maybe ada soalan pasal friends ke, maybe ada soalan pasal books ke. Okay, we don't know, kita tak tahu. Okay, tapi apa yang berlaku, topik-topik yang dipilih adalah apa yang berlaku di sekeliling anda sebagai seorang remaja. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
By the way, boleh tak nak mencela satu lagi soalan?
Boleh.
Daripada teacher ni. Teacher Fauzimah Zakaria. Okay, so the full mark is 12 ke 24, dan adakah 6 for intercalator or another 6 for assessor? Berapa full mark dia?
Okay, full marks altogether for one candidate would be 24 marks. Okay, 24 markah. Okay, however, kita ada pecahan dia yang kriteria yang I mentioned just now. Okay, dia ada kriteria dia. So interlocutor will have only 6 marks in his or her hand. Ada 6 markah je kat tangan dia nak bagi. Okay, and then the assessor will have another 18 more. Okay, 18 markah. 18 markah lagi assessor pegang. Okay, and then after the test barulah dia total up for from both interlocutor and assessor. Sebab tu jadi 24.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Okay, now we go on to part 3. Okay, collaborative task. Okay, which is a discussion task. Okay, so 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, this one you will be given mind map. Okay, akan diberikan mind map, peta minda. Okay, and then you have 20 seconds for preparation. Masa ni awak akan tengok dengan partner awak. This one, masa part 3 ni make sure you face your partner. Tolonglah menghadap rakan anda dan rakan anda pun menghadap anda. Okay, because this is discussion. You don't have to look at your your teacher. Tak nak tengok teacher awak pun tak apa. Awak tengok je, bercakap je dengan rakan anda. Okay, with your partner. Okay, but make sure the way you speak, the way you say to make sure it is clear and then loud. Okay, kuat dan jelas. Pasal apa kuat dan jelas? Because you have assessor. Assessor tu duduk slanted sikit kan. Kalau cakap slow ngadak gitu, jadi takut dia tak dengar. Okay, jadi cakap biar jelas. Okay, please do not use any word in bahasa during the discussion. Okay. Masa preparation tu nak cakap BM, nak letak sikit-sikit BM pun dah apalah. Okay, tapi jangan guna masa discussion. Okay, because 20 seconds for preparation, we're not going to assess you. 20 saat tu is only for your preparation, awak untuk persediaan awak. So awak nak guna nak guna bahasa Melayu, tapi janganlah guna bahasa Melayu. Tak disarankan guna bahasa Melayu sebenarnya, tapi ni untuk budak-budak lemah lah. Okay. Okay, masa tu boleh, tapi during the 2 minutes discussion, no bahasa Melayu. Once you use bahasa Melayu, automatically score 0. Okay? Okay, so during the discussion, make sure you discuss with your partner. Jangan awak discuss dengan your teacher. Okay, you discuss with your partner. Okay, face each other. Okay, and then make sure never dominate the discussion. Jangan awak sekali-kali memonopolikan perbincangan tu. Maknanya awak seorang je cakap, siang ke kawan awak, klik tengok awak cakap. Okay, try to initiate. Cuba tanya dia, oh what about you Jack? Ataupun what about you Siti? What do you think of this one? Maknanya tolong bantu dia. Okay, ni once you bantu tu masa discussion tu, insyaAllah akan dapat markah untuk how you initiate the discussion tu. Okay, and then another 1 minute to make a decision. Jadi masa discussion tu make sure jangan decide lagi, jangan bagi awak keputusan. Okay, I think we decide to have this one. Tak payah, jangan lagi. Discussion is discussion. Okay, bila ditanya pasal decision, barulah make your decision. Okay, and then another 2 minutes to give your opinion on a standard question. Okay, a standard question ni adalah soalan yang mana kalau budak lemah, kalau tak jawab pun tak ada masalah. Kalau nak cuba jawab pun alhamdulillah. Okay, for those who are high flyers tu, make sure you answer these questions. Okay, it's actually more or less like related to the mind map, related to your discussion. However, you need to expand to to a very complex topic. Complex, sangat abstract lah sikit. Soalan yang last kali tu, maybe you need to use your general knowledge regarding something. Okay, guna ilmu pengetahuan di luar perbincangan awak tu. Okay. Okay, so these are the examples of questions. Okay, so interlocutor frame kita dah ada kat situ. Okay, mind map, dia akan bagi mind map macam ni je kat awak. Awak cuma nampak mind map je. Interlocutor frame tu awak takkan nampak. Okay, that would be your teacher. Okay, yang mind map tu is yours. Okay, yang ni awak ni akan diberikan satu je mind map. Jangan berebut pula. Please, do not argue or do not fight because of one mind map. Okay, share. Okay, tolong kongsi. Okay. Okay, yang ni awak boleh tengok, boleh discuss. Okay, and then you have extended questions over there. Okay, so extended question is quite general. Okay, lebih kepada umum. Okay, jadi dia tak fokus kepada pembincangan tadi, tapi dia buka sikit. Okay, so this one lah yang I told you just now. You might need to use your general knowledge. That's it. Okay. Okay, next one. Okay, so phase 1. Okay, discussion. Okay. Okay, discussion is not compulsory for you to mention all the points. Awak nak mention 3 ke 2 ke ikut pandai awak. Okay, but not all the points. Okay. Kalau nak sebut semua pun tak ada masalah. Tapi masa yang diberikan tu cukupkah? Okay. And then discuss each point in details. Okay, you discuss with your friends. Okay, what do you think? Okay, why do people shop online? Okay, I think because of they follow the trend. Okay, why they follow the trend? Okay, use all those WH questions to expand your ideas. Okay, and please do not come up with any decision yet. Okay, so you and your partner need to take turn lah. Okay, kena ambil giliran lah untuk bercakap satu-satu. Jangan pula dua-dua bercakap jadi tak ada siapa yang dengar. So this one, skill dia yang paling penting ialah dengar dan bercakap. Okay, kemahiran mendengar dan bercakap. Okay, and then do not forget to use linking words, conjunctions, and try to come up with variety of sentences. If you want to give your opinions, you have certain words that you can use. For example, personally, okay, for me, I think, okay, I find, it's clear to me that, ni contoh-contoh yang teacher boleh bagilah. Okay, dan ada banyak lagi. Okay, and then for phase 2 is making decision. Ni masa ni selepas right after your discussion, okay, the interlocutor, your teacher will ask you to decide which is the most popular reason people shop online. Okay, so make sure please do not make a decision that instant. Jangan lepas je cikgu beri soalan tu terus jawab. Jangan. Okay, recall at least two best options. Okay, sekurang-kurangnya awak ingat balik, bincang balik dengan kawan awak tu, pasangan awak tu, apa yang terbaik. Cari yang terbaik dua, lepas tu bagi pandangan anda, yang mana yang terbaik daripada dua tadi. And then you make your choice. Okay, again, don't forget to use linking words, conjunctions, and variety of sentences. You need to have simple, compound, complex. Okay, to get score 6 too. Okay, if you agree, I agree, you're right. Okay, tu contoh-contoh dia lah. And then we have making decision. Okay, we've decided, we think that, okay, let's choose or go for. Okay, tu contoh-contoh for making decision. Examples, okay, phrases that can be used for making decisions. Okay. Okay, extended question. Okay, let's say you don't understand the questions. Okay, you can ask your teacher to rephrase or it's not rephrase lah, to repeat the questions. Okay, so your teacher, kalau ni untuk budak-budak lemah lah, okay, untuk budak-budak lemah yang tak pandai sangat bahasa Melayu ni, dia akan tanya lah, okay, what do you think? Dia akan tunjuk sambil tunjuk soalan tu. Okay, so in what ways does advertising on social media influence people's buying behavior? Okay, this is quite, apa orang kata, quite complex. Okay, sangat complex, sangat-sangat susah. Okay, because you need, although it is relate to your topic, but then it needs general knowledge. Okay, on that. Okay, okay, however, ni teacher nak beritahu kat awak, there is no wrong or right answer. Tidak ada jawapan salah ataupun betul. Okay, once you give your answer, the interlocutor will not say or will not respond, salah tu, it is wrong. No, she will keep silent till the end. Okay, macam teacher kata tadi, tak ada jawapan yang salah ataupun betul. Just try. Okay, give it a try. Just answer the questions. Okay, again, don't forget to use linking words, conjunctions, and try to come up with a variety of sentences. Okay. Okay, so you must start practicing. This is very important. You must familiar with your teacher, with your teacher's accent, intonation, pronunciation. Oh, I missed out the capital apostrophe S. Okay. Okay. Teacher's accent, intonation, pronunciation, and plus be confident. Okay. So before that, I'm going to introduce you. I got this from Dr. Zuraini. She's one of the expert teachers in Kelantan. Okay. She introduced me with a website called speakandimprove.com. Okay, try this out. This is very interesting website. Okay, where you can see which level are you in. Okay, so that's it. Thank you and good luck. So I hand it over to Miss Nurul.
Thank you so much, Teacher Intan. But Teacher Intan, we have few more questions from the kids.
Okay.
Okay, ada seorang ni, Muhammad Ilyas. Apparently he missed the first slide. He asked, teacher, how long does the test time? Oh, itulah, you understand. How long does the test time? Lama mana test tu?
Okay, lama mana test tu? Okay, the test is actually nak kata lama tu taklah lama, tapi once you sit okay on the chair and in that room itself, it's going to be like lama lah. Okay, so actually 30 minutes je. 13 minutes, 1-3.
1-3, nak 30 minit
Not
13
minit, it's 13 minit sahaja. Okay, tapi kalau budak yang lemah, dia akan rasa benda tu sangat lama. Okay, however, please, for those who are apa yang merasakan diri dia lemah ke apa ke, please for this speaking test is actually like considered as lubuk markah lah kot. Okay, for certain part. Okay, especially for 6 marks yang apa your interlocutor pegang tu, 6 markah yang yang your teacher have tu. Okay, yang tu sangat apa orang kata senang untuk dapat. Okay, cuma
So
awak
that
perlu
means
bercakap saja.
That means the interlocutor, aka their own teacher, they have to be nice to their own class teacher lah kan?
Yes.
Don't be naughty, sakit hati teacher cannot lah kan?
Yes.
Okay, so we have another question from Alia Madiha. If a
Ah.
Malay word slip out accidentally, jahat sangat, are we getting 0 for the whole session? Kejarnya soalan.
No.
So what do you think, Teacher Intan?
No, tak akan dapatlah 0. It's only one word of bahasa Melayu. Macam tadilah teacher kata there is a tips and tricks. Okay, let's say a word from, contohnya macam for example the word lah, katakanlah the word lah, although it's been accepted tapi lah tu memang kita tak boleh pakai. Oh okay, just a reminder for you, kalau speaking jangan letak lah kat belakang tu although it is accepted for for English speaker, tapi kita still lagi for Cambridge still lagi kita tak pakai lah tu.
Tapi kalau tersasul lah tu, teacher buat tak dengar lah kan?
Kalau tersasul lah tu, oops, I'm sorry. Boleh cakap macam tu. Okay?
Okay, so another question. Sorry, tiba-tiba ramai orang berminat petani. Aisyah Asma tanya, can we choose our own partner?
Oh, that one you have to talk to your teacher because it seems that the one who's going to handle your partner would be either your SU, cikgu SU peperiksaan or your own teacher. Okay, so maybe you can itulah baik-baik sikit dengan cikgu awak.
So moral value of this whole paper, be good to your English teacher or else they won't be good to you kan? Okay. The next one, apparently the students like the word bombastic for today. Teacher, what if we use bombastic words but our partner doesn't? Is still considered as dominating the discussion? This is a good question.
No. Because the marks will be given individually. Markah akan diberikan secara individu. Kalau awak guna bombastic words dan semua ayat awak tu betul and then very fluent, awak akan dapat score 6. Whereas for your partner kalau dia tak guna pun bombastic words, dia maybe akan dapat score 4 ke, score 3 ke. Okay? And it will not orang kata affect you at all. Dia tak akan bagi kesan pun kat awak.
Okay.
Okay?
And then this one ada budak tanya here this. If use idiom in Malay but I translate to English can teacher?
Okay, that one. If you direct translated, kita akan kira macam vocabulary tadilah. Okay, inappropriate. Okay?
Okay. Yang ni Amna YouTube, not so sure dia guna gambar baby. But just untuk permission, for your information Amna, this is YouTube. That means you can watch this later at any time you like. This is automatically recorded and then you can play this at any time and listen to sweet Teacher Intan's voice again and again. Right, Teacher Intan?
Right.
Okay. One ni tanya, when the test start, when the date is? Ya Allah, you guys, tulislah molek sikit. So, do you remember the latest announcement, Teacher Intan? The test for lisan, ujian lisan is somewhere next year, right?
And somewhere next year in February. Because our exam will be in March, right?
Yep.
So mostly for listening and speaking, it would be like 1 month before the written test.
Okay. And then most likely it's face to face lah. They won't going to use it online macam kita kan, guna Google Meet.
It's going to be face to face. It's going to be face to face. So do not worry.
Wow. Okay. Can you answer more question, Teacher Intan? Boleh tak? Nak jawab soalan lagi ke Teacher Intan, boleh tak? Ada budak tanya ni, banyak yang dia guna ni.
Ya ke? Can I like type in the chat box je ke? Boleh?
Okay. So, student, we're going to give way to our next panel, Teacher Sama. So, if you have any more question, you can just check the chatting later. Teacher Intan, hopefully you can answer lah, because there are a few that I guess the students are really interested with your presentation and also your delivery just then. And Teacher Sama, how are you? Are you still online?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So, are you
Uh,
ready for our next session for the listening paper?
yeah, I am. I am.
Okay, so
Okay,
I'll pass
so
the
can we start now?
online link to you. Yep. Okay.
Okay, can everybody see
What?
the slide?
Yep. Okay.
Okay,
All to you,
Assalamualaikum and
teacher.
hi everyone. Okay, Nurul, can I start now?
Yes,
Hello,
teacher
Nurul.
Sama, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Okay, go ahead.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Okay, it's good to be with all of you today. Okay, and Teacher Intan has shared a lot with you regarding the speaking test. Okay, now let us proceed to the listening test, SPM listening test. Okay, for this paper, the duration for you to complete this test is 40 minutes. Okay, and for the listening paper is totally different, I would say, from the speaking test, right? Because no one is watching you here. Okay, no one is watching you. You are all alone. But the most important thing here is that you have to really make sure that your listening skill is really at a high level. Okay, you have to really listen carefully. Okay, so in brief, okay, in the SPM listening paper, you are going to see 4 parts here. Okay, part 1, there are 7 questions there, followed by part 2, 8 questions, 5 questions for part 3, and 10 questions for part 4. So altogether, there are 30 questions for you to answer, and this means that the total mark for this one is 30, and the weightage for the paper is 25%. Okay, we go to the next one. So for part 1, there are 7 multiple choice questions with 3 options each, A, B, and C. Only 3 options. Okay, and for this part, you are going to hear 7 different situations or extracts. Or we can just call it text. Okay, and then the text can be dialogues or monologues. Okay, don't worry about the terminologies, dialogues or monologues or whatsoever. Okay, you know, dialogues, 2 people talking, and then monologues, one person talking, right? And the length is about 60 to 70 words each. Okay, so for each question 1, question 2 until question 7, you are going to hear the text. Okay, but it's not that long. It's a very short one, I would say. Okay, and then part 2, there are 8 multiple choice questions, also with 3 options each, A, B, and C. And the text will be longer. Okay, and the length of the text is about 350 to 40 words. Okay, for this part, you are going to listen to only one text. In part 1, for the 7 questions, you are going to listen to 7 different texts. So for part 1, one text for 1 question, but for part 2, one text for 8 questions. So you have to really pay attention to the recording. We are going to try after this, okay? And we really hope that you are going to give your responses in the chat box. Okay, let's go on. For part 3, you have to match 5 items. Okay, it's a matching practice. It's a matching test. Okay, here you are going to hear 5 short monologue texts, 5 texts. Okay, of approximately 50 words with 7 options given. You are going to see this in detail later. So the options given to you are from A to G. However, you need to answer 5 questions only, which means two options are not the answers. Okay, so it's like trickier for you, right? But don't worry, it's not that difficult actually. Okay, for part 4, it's a note completion. Okay, a gut feeling test, and you have there are 10 items or 10 blanks or 10 gaps, 10 tempat kosong for you to fill in. Okay, and it is a dialogue. This is the longest text in the test. Okay, a dialogue for 10 blanks to fill in, for you to fill in. Okay, are you okay so far? This is just like a brief overview of the listening paper. Okay.
Don't worry, Teacher Sama, you're doing great. Keep it up.
Okay. How is it going to be? Okay. And what are you going to see, in fact? Okay. What are you going to experience to face that? Okay. First, what are you going to do then? Okay. First, when you receive the paper, okay, you're going to listen to certain instructions. Okay. And you also, when you open the paper, you need to read the instructions in each part carefully, okay, from the top to the bottom, okay. Please make sure you read the instructions carefully, underline the important words, okay. And then for each parts 1, 2, 3, and 4, you will hear each recording twice, okay, and you will be given time to read the questions and to check your answer. So don't worry too much. Okay, for this one, you are going to listen to the recording twice, and then you are given time, okay, to answer the question. Okay, and then prior to the listening, there is time allocated for you to read the questions in each part. Okay, there's time allocated given to you to read the question. For part 1, with 7 questions, you have 30 seconds to read the question. It is short, okay, it is very short. However, at least there is time for you to go through the question and try to highlight the keywords, okay. For part 2, you are given 1 minute, okay, this is the longer text. For part 3, you are given 30 seconds. And for part 4, which is the longest one, the interview, you are given 1 minute to read the text with which you can see the gaps in it. Okay. Okay. Next, when you are done, you are going to write answers on the question paper. And look at the last one here. Number 4, at the end of the test, you are given 6 minutes to copy the answers onto the answer sheet. So while you are listening, you can jot down everything, all the words that you hear being mentioned in the recording, and then you can start answering the question. And the second listening, you can do the same and try to confirm your answer. And you don't have to worry about transferring or copy the answer on the answer sheet because you are given the time at the end of the session. Okay? Okay, next. Here there are some tips for you to answer listening paper. Okay, I don't know whether I'm doing the right thing or not, but then I use the acronym PWP. Okay, this is not the PKP. Okay, PKP is scary, but PWP will help you a lot. Okay, so what does the first P stand for? P yang pertama tu is for pre-listening, means that before listening, what are you supposed to do? W stands for while listening, while you are listening to the recording. And the last P is for the post listening. What are you supposed to do after you listen to the second recording? Okay, so please remember this PWP. You have to go through these stages if you want to improve your skill, your listening skill, or you want to score better. Okay. Okay, so what does it mean by pre-listening? Okay, before listening, what are you supposed to do? You need to read all the questions carefully. How long did I say just now? How long are you given to read the question for part 1? Anybody remember? It's 30 seconds, right? 30 seconds. It is short, but spend the time the best that you can. Okay? Okay, while reading the questions, for example, part 1, questions 1 to 7, you try to underline any words that you think are the keywords. They can be in the form of names or people, okay, in the form of numbers or places, okay, or any activities or dates. So do something during this pre-listening stage. Kena buat sesuatu lah semasa sebelum mendengar teks. Okay, supaya kita dapatlah agak apa teks tu will be on, kan? Okay, to prepare your mind lah for the text. Okay, and then while listening pula, you are going to listen to the recordings twice. Okay, for the first recording, please listen attentively. Dengarlah betul-betul. Pay attention to the words associated to the question or the choices. Jadi first recording ini, just now during the pre-listening, you all dah underline kan the keywords kan. Now masa listening ni, try to associate the words yang you all underline tadi with the recording. Okay, mana tahu you can pick up a few words yang memang sama. Okay, yang more or less the same, yang give you some clues to the answer. Okay. Okay, and then you look at the last box, the pink one here for while listening. You hear each recording twice, so don't worry if you miss the answer the first time. Jadi jangan gelabah lah. Jangan gelabah, ya Allah aku dah tertinggal dah benda ni macam mana. So don't be gelabah, don't be nervous. You are going to listen to the text again for the second time. It comes right after that one, okay, the first one. Okay, for the second recording, what you need to do, you listen again. You try to find more clues. Just now you have the words already. You have the ones that you have jotted down. Dah salin, dah tulis-tulis tadi. And then you try to get more clues, okay. And then when you move to the next question, you have to forget the previous one. Soalan pertama dah selesai. Don't think about it anymore because you really need to focus on the next recording. Jadi jangan fikir-fikir yang tadi dah. Otherwise, you cannot focus on the next recording. Okay? Jangan risau, jangan fikir-fikir dah. For the post listening, you have to check your answer, of course. Okay? Make sure you do not leave any empty spaces on your answer sheet. Remember, how long did I say the time given to you? Okay, to copy the answers onto your answer sheet? How long? Anybody remember? Okay. 6 minutes, right? 6 minutes, right? Okay. Okay. Now the next, yeah.
Boleh jelas sekejap? Okay, there's a question from Hakim Fidaus. Okay, will there be interpretation for words that we've never heard before?
Interpretation of words.
That they never had heard before.
Could you please say again, Intan? I can't really hear you.
Oh, okay. Will there be interpretation for words that we've never heard before?
Interpretation for words you never heard before. For your information, this listening test, the questions are of B1 and B2 levels, right?
Yes.
So the words which are used in this text, they are quite high level word lah, kan? Okay, so there is a possibility lah for you to hear that, but I don't think it is that much lah. Okay. Okay, Intan, Hafiz, who's asking?
Okay. Just now Hakim Fidaus.
Hakim Fidaus.
Yes.
Okay. Usually, in some of the texts, you can hear the words which are almost similar to the ones you have in the question. But in some cases, in some questions, the words are not the same. But then you have to understand the context, and sometimes the synonyms are used. Okay? Will that be okay? Do I answer your question?
Yes, I guess. Yes. And then Nurul Wahida actually asking the same question that you already give the answer just now. Actually, teacher, the audio won't have the same exact sentences as the question sheet, right?
The same exact sentences.
As the
Instructions,
question.
you have the instructions, but then the text itself, it can be it can be different lah. It can be different. The words tu can be different, but then dia macam konteks tu sama. Maksud dia tu dia buat dia rephrase dalam perkataan lain. In other words. But ada juga yang ada clue. Some of the questions tu memang ada clue. Ada macam for example you're going to see later, dia ada perkataan macam in the text dia ada the word seen. In the choices, in the one of the choices pun ada the word seen. Kan? But then ada juga yang tidak ada, tapi dia in the context dan dia put in different words. Ada juga yang macam tu. So that's why I said you have to listen attentively, carefully. Dia tak boleh listen main-main saja. Okay? Will that be okay, Intan?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and then here you need to know the WH questions. Okay, since the questions are asked using these WH questions, okay, some students, ada juga some students they don't really know the meaning of the question, especially something like whose, the meaning and how it is how the words the questions, the WH questions are used in the text kan, in the question. For example, whose, which, yeah. The ones that kita pernah nampak, selalu nampak what, when, how, or why kan. But then like whose, which ni, kena faham lah this one, yeah. Especially for those who for the weak ones lah, okay. Takut nanti yang ni pun tak faham and then how are you going to answer the question kan. Okay. Okay, next one. Okay, so far that's basically a brief overview of the listening test. Now we are going to try something here, some practices here. Okay, is everybody ready? Sedia tak semua? Okay, so in order to do this, remember the 3 stages PWP. Okay. Okay, part 1. Okay, here we are going to work on 2 questions of part 1 only. Remember, part 1 consists of 7 questions, 7 multiple choice questions. But for today's sharing, okay, we are going to do only 2 questions of part 1. Kita buat 2 je hari ni, okay? Because of kita tak cukup masa nanti, okay? Okay, so let's say you see this question. You nampak question ni. And then you see the instruction there. In the question paper dia ada some more instruction lah, asking you to choose A, B, C and D. Itu teacher tak masuk lah kat sini ya. Okay, so you'll see this one. You will hear a boy talking about watching movies. So now what I want you to do is, I want you, okay, to read the question and to underline the words that you think the key words, okay, of the text. Okay. Can you do that within a few seconds? And please share with us in the chat box. From these questions, what do you think the keywords are? Okay, Nurul, any response? Hello? Hello?
They give us the answer.
What answer?
Snow choose A.
A? What about the keywords?
Keywords would be like movies,
Okay.
fight scenes, weekends, imagination.
How come they know the answers already? They haven't listened to the recording.
Don't know.
This is the advanced one, okay?
They are smart kids,
right?
what to do.
Sorry?
These are smart students, what to do. They already know the answer of A for some reason.
Yeah. Okay, but anyway, the keywords are good. The ones given to us tu yang you all dah bagi jawab.
Like Nurul Wahida, movies, fight scenes, weekends, imagination.
Okay, so those are so this is before you listen to the recording. Okay, so you need to do that. This is what we mean by pre-listening, and you have only 30 seconds for 7 questions. So here we give you more time for now. Okay, but then in the real exam, you have to do it really fast. Okay, let's listen to the audio now. while listening, we want you to jot down any words you hear from the recording. Okay, ready everyone? Nurul, please let me know if the audio is poor.
Okay, no problem. But for your microphone, Teacher Salma, can you make sure it's closer to your mouth? I think the students have problem listening to you for a bit.
Really, it's very close. It's near my lips.
Okay. Okay. So we can start
Okay,
with the audio.
let's start again. Let's start again.
Okay.
Question 1. You hear a boy talking about
Can you hear
watching
the audio?
movies.
We can
Bleeding
hear the
out.
audio, but we want to hear the question.
Okay, no, because I can't listen anything.
Okay.
I usually enjoy watching my favorite movies and cartoons on Fridays. Fantasy movies are good, but I'm not that keen if there's too many illogical scenes. I wouldn't waste any time on horror movies either. I'll have trouble sleeping after watching them. I guess I enjoy watching action the most, where there's full of martial arts scenes. As for romance, well, I don't really enjoy that.
Okay, any words that you pick up from the recording? Boys and girls? Any sharing there? In the chat
Not
box?
yet. Not yet.
So far they say yes. So not yet.
Okay. Okay, let us listen for the second time.
Okay.
I usually enjoy watching my favorite movies and cartoons on Fridays. Fantasy movies are good, but I'm not that keen if there's too many illogical scenes. I wouldn't waste any time on horror movies either. I'll have trouble sleeping after watching them. I guess I enjoy watching action the most, where there's full of martial arts scenes. As for romance, well, I don't really enjoy that.
Okay. Anybody has any response to this one?
Overall, they answer A, Marshall A.
Okay. So if you most of them answer A
Yes.
out of all the responses given. Okay, in that this means that they managed to pick up the words like they understand the text. Then, okay. So the answer is A. Right, it is A.
Teacher Sama, just wondering, the weekend in this
What?
context, is it Friday and Saturday or Saturday and Sunday? When they mean
This one we
weekend.
have an S here, right? So so it's it both days.
Both days, right? Okay.
Okay, so let us proceed. So after that, while listening, of course, here it's easier for you because for part one, I would say part one is the best part for you to score the best. So out of 7, you should get 7 because here you will hear only the short text, very short text, and then for each text, there is only one question. Okay. One question asked regarding to that particular text. Okay, so please bear in mind that you have a very high chance here to score 7/7 because the other parts, especially parts 3 and 4, the level of difficulty is higher. Okay, some students may be able to answer all the questions correctly, but not all can do that. Okay. And then after that, make sure you check your answer. Okay. So now let us proceed to the next one. For the next question for
1.
part one. Sorry. Before that, we have this. This is the text that you listened just now. Okay. We just want to show you the text so that you can see clearly. Okay. Everything that has been heard by you. Okay. So you can see the word weekends here, right? Is there any word weekend? Oh, here we have Fridays, not weekends. And then you have fantasy movies, and then you have illogical scenes. So if you look at this one, I just want to highlight here, enjoy, the word enjoy, and then you have Fridays, and then you have fantasy, but then you have but here. So in the recording, you should, we hope that you were able to pick up these two words, fantasy movies, but because in the choices up here, you also have here imagination. Okay, so you might choose that as an answer. Okay, so you have fantasy, but and then you have illogical, which are the clues for that. Okay, that C is not the answer, and then wooden waste for horror movies. So this is another clue. Okay, and then you have enjoy martial arts scenes. So that leads you to the answer. Okay, which is A. But this one, you need to you are the ones who are going to listen, right, to the recording. So that's what we mean by the keywords. Okay, the keywords. Okay, now let's try to do this one, and then you read the question first, and then you answer the question after you listen to the recording. Lepas tu, you all give your answer in the chat box. You type your answer there. Okay, so you are given just 15 seconds for this. Okay, we go to the recording. Okay, hold on.
Question 2. You hear a woman talking about her job.
I've always dreamed of traveling around the world when I was small. In my 30s, I saved enough money working as a sales officer to travel to India. While I was there, I took lots of pictures, and that's what made me think of having a career in photography. Since then, I've done lots of exhibitions and travel magazines have used my pictures to write reviews about places and hotels.
Okay, listen again.
I've always dreamed of traveling around the world when I was small. In my 30s, I saved enough money working as a sales officer to travel to India. While I was there, I took lots of pictures, and that's what made me think of having a career in photography. Since then, I've done lots of exhibitions and travel magazines have used my pictures to write reviews about places and hotels.
Okay, you are given 15 seconds to circle your answer here.
Teacher Sama, apparently
Yeah.
most students answer A again.
A, okay. So you are right. Okay, you are on the right track. Okay, that's why this part they can score a role.
Yes.
This part is not that hard for them. That's why since it is not that hard for students to answer this part 1, try your best lah to score 7/7 for this part. Jangan hilang markah dekat tempat yang mudah. Okay? Okay, so can we proceed?
Yes.
Okay, very good, students. You're all on
They're
track.
very good today.
But then in the
Very
real exam,
interactive.
you have to remember real exam, you have only 30 seconds to read the whole question before the recording. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, next. Now, part 2. Okay, for part 2, you will see 8 questions. Okay, questions 8 to 15. They are all for part 2, starting from question 8. Okay, here we show you only 2 questions, questions 8 and 9. Dua saja kita akan buat hari ini. But then you have to listen to the text. Okay, listen to the text carefully. Okay, so now please read the question first before you listen to the text. And remember what you need to do here. Underline the keywords. Okay, let's go to the audio.
You will hear Lucy talking about her skateboarding experience.
Balancing is everything when you ride a skateboard. You have to learn how to bend your knees properly and move your weight around the deck. I remember the first time I saw a pro skateboarder. He came to our new skate park and put on a demo. When I saw him zoom up and down the ramp, I knew I wanted to do that too. I watched as he got ready to do a trick, and when it worked out, I could see the pleasure spread across his face. We all cheered, including the parents and the little kids, but I think I cheered the loudest. When it was over, he threw things to us: caps, t-shirts, wheels, shoes, and even a skateboard with his name on it. I got a cap, and I wear it nearly every day. It's my lucky cap.
Okay, listen again.
Balancing is everything when you ride a skateboard. You have to learn how to bend your knees properly and move your weight around the deck. I remember the first time I saw a pro skateboarder. He came to our new skate park and put on a demo. When I saw him zoom up and down the ramp, I knew I wanted to do that too. I watched as he got ready to do a trick, and when it worked out, I could see the pleasure spread across his face. We all cheered, including the parents and the little kids, but I think I cheered the loudest. When it was over, he threw things to us: caps, t-shirts, wheels, shoes, and even a skateboard with his name on it. I got a cap, and I wear it nearly every day. It's my lucky cap.
Okay, you are given 20 seconds to answer the questions. Okay. Okay, time's up. So what is your answer?
Rata-rata budak-budak jawab B. B and B, ada yang B and C, ada yang B, A, B, C. So number 8 is B. And number 9 variety lah. Ada budak jawab B, ada budak jawab C. So teacher Sama, what do you think?
Okay. Okay, I'm not going to show the answer yet, but I wanted to listen to the text again. Okay? See if they listen for the third time, even though in the real exam they will listen to the text only twice, but I let them listen one more time to see if this can help them, okay, with their answers. Okay, ready?
Balancing is everything when you ride a skateboard. You have to learn how to bend your knees properly and move your weight around the deck. I remember the first time I saw a pro skateboarder. He came to our new skate park and put on a demo. When I saw him zoom up and down the ramp, I knew I wanted to do that too. I watched as he got ready to do a trick, and when it worked out, I could see the pleasure spread across his face. We all cheered, including the parents and the little kids, but I think I cheered the loudest. When it was over, he threw things to us: caps, t-shirts, wheels, shoes, and even a skateboard with his name on it. I got a cap, and I wear it nearly every day. It's my lucky cap.
Okay, students, you try again, okay, to confirm your answer. Check your answer. You might change your mind, okay. Okay, any response from the students, Nurul?
Most of it still B, number 8B, all of them most likely 8B. Now 9, they say C.
9C.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so the answer is okay, B and C.
Congratulations kids, you can
For
answer
those who got
correctly.
it right, congratulations to you. Okay, macam mana anak-anak pelajar dapat betul tak ni B and C ni?
I think most of them answer B and C. Teacher Intan, are you there? Okay, Teacher Intan.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Those who got them correct. Okay, congratulations. Okay, let's
Kejap
see
ni,
the test.
pasal dia orang ni pandai-pandai semua.
Ride a skateboard.
Pandai-pandai semua, ya. Okay, just to see the keywords, just to see the keywords. You might hear certain words lah, okay. For example, the word balancing is very clear mentioned, kan. And then bend your knees pun very clear mentioned. That's why I think some of them answers yang bend your knees ni. Okay. But then you need to listen carefully because this text is longer. As I said before, part 2, there's only one text for you to answer the 8 questions. And here there's a part of the text only here. Okay. And then you see this one. The clue is here. So already, where is it? Here. When I saw him zoom up and down the ramp, I knew I wanted to do that too. This what makes us answer C. Okay? But then again, since it is a listening test, you have to really be able to pick up what they are saying. So itulah. So that's why I said before, you see here, watching a skateboarder showing some of his skills. It is being rephrased here, right? Dia tak cakap skill tu, dia cakap I wanted to do that to zoom up and down the ramp to the skill tu. Okay? So that's why I say ada dalam certain parts dia akan rephrase pada tu, to put in other words, okay, which have the same meaning. Okay? Okay? Is everybody okay here? Boleh? Jadi kena dengar betul-betul lah. Berapa kali dah cakap ni, kena dengar betul-betul. Okay, just want to share with you. Sekejap, I go back to the previous slide. Ada satu part. Okay, this one. For part 2, questions 8 to 15, you see this one, I add something here. Questions asked accordingly. What does that mean? Okay, it means that the answers, okay, the answers are found in the text you hear. In the sequence, they appear in the text. So that is one of the clues for you lah. Okay. So bear that in mind. Dia ikut sequence dia tu. Longer text biasa dia buat macam tu. Okay, now we proceed to part 3. Okay, here you see the last box here. 2 distractors. And this is the matching of 5 items. Okay, you're going to listen to 5 short texts. Bila 5 short text ni boleh tahan lagi. It's not like the one before, kan? Tetapi you have to remember for part 3, these 5 short texts, you are going to listen to them. Like in the first round, 5 short texts are by 5 speakers. Okay? The recordings of 5 speakers. You're going to listen to them for the first round. The recordings of speakers 1 to 5, and then the next listening is going to be repeated, speakers 1 to 5. Okay, dia bukan baca satu soalan like part 1. No. Okay, all the speakers akan bercakap dulu and then dia repeat semula starting from the first speaker sampai speaker 5, because the questions are the matching questions. Okay. And then 2 of the options are not the answers. Okay. Dah lah kita susah nak cari jawapan, kan? Ada pula yang lebih-lebih. Okay. So, this is part 3. Okay. In which there are 5 questions here. Question 16 to 20. You need to write your answer here in the box here. Speaker 1. You are going to listen to speaker 1. Speaker 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you will start you try to find the answers here. Okay, and then you are going to listen to the 5 speakers again, and then you try to check your answer and write your answers here in these boxes. Okay. Okay, so now please look at the questions. Please look at the options here. The options here from A to G. And remember the keywords again. Okay, let's hear the recording. I think from these options, these 7 options, you have something on your mind. What is it all about, right? Because you have bargain, you have buy online, you have cheaper. That gives you something. Okay, what the text is all about. Okay, now let's listen to the text.
You will hear 5 short extracts in which teenagers are talking about shopping habits.
Sorry, we are going to work only on 2 speakers, okay? Recordings of 2 speakers.
Before I buy something, I look at the advantages and disadvantages of buying it. I ask myself why I need it, where I put it, and what it's for. If I can't give definite answers to these questions, I may want it, but will probably decide I don't need it.
At supermarkets, there are always people trying to sell you things. I normally compare prices of different brands to get the best deal. Sometimes I use vouchers that I find on the internet or in newspapers. I like to go online to know who is offering the lowest price.
Okay, listen again.
Before I buy something, I look at the advantages and disadvantages of buying it. I ask myself why I need it, where I put it, and what it's for. If I can't give definite answers to these questions, I may want it, but will probably decide I don't need it.
At supermarkets, there are always people trying to sell you things. I normally compare prices of different brands to get the best deal. Sometimes I use vouchers that I find on the internet or in newspapers. I like to go online to know who is offering the lowest price.
Okay, you have listened to the audio. Please answer questions 16 and 17 for speakers 1 and 2.
Okay, Teacher Sama, the students already answered for speaker 1 and 2. So they identify speaker 1 is talking about D, as yourself is an item is really necessary. And for speaker 2 is quite tricky because they don't know whether it's B or F. Let's see, or A. So they're not sure about speaker what is this, what speaker 2 is talking about. Speaker
Okay.
1 is clear cut.
Okay. For speaker 1, can you share with us, students, what are the keywords you can pick up from the recording? Because your answer is correct. Speaker 1, D. Number 16 is D. Can you share with us the keywords that you heard? Anybody? Any sharing there?
Nuru Wahida said, ask myself.
Okay. The word here, ask.
And then Veron Lim said, don't need it, maybe. And then Aida
Don't need
Farhana, need, don't need.
Okay.
Okay, and then Muhammad Shakirin, ask myself whether I need it or not.
Okay, very good. Those are all the correct keywords. Okay, because it's quite clear there, right? So the keywords, this means that you managed to pick up the words lah, kan? Yeah, for this one. Okay, so for speaker 2, for speaker 1, the answer is D. Number 16 is D, correct, and the keywords are all correct. The ones given by you. Congratulations, bagus ya, you all ni. Dengar betul-betul ni. Okay, and then for speaker 2, let us listen to it again. Okay. This time, try to pasang your telinga betul-betul. Okay. Because it's a short text.
At supermarkets, there are always people trying to sell you things. I normally compare prices of different brands to get the best deal. Sometimes I use vouchers that I find on the internet or in newspapers. I like to go online to know who is offering the lowest price.
Okay. So this time, what can you hear?
Okay, Snow mentioned best deal, coupons,
Best deal. Okay.
coupons,
Again, sorry, Intan.
coupons.
Coupons.
Adakah coupons tu?
Maybe they there's no word coupon here. But then it's okay. You just jot down anything that you
Get the best
hear.
deal. Nurjana mentioned compare price. No Syafiqah lowest price.
Okay.
And then Afif Haikal managed to get the word online, lower price.
Okay.
And then Mawadah Humairah also compare price.
Okay.
Okay, and then Nur Wahida mentioned the word voucher.
Voucher. Okay, the words like compare prices, best deal, lowest price, they are the keywords. So what is the answer for this one? What do you think the answer is? Remember, keeps waiting for you.
Previously, the students who either pick B or A.
Okay, this one guess A.
A.
Guess A. Aisha Asma A.
Okay.
And then we have Just Anira B.
Okay.
And then we got Zikpeng F.
Hani Nadira A. Nurjannah A. Muhammad Syakirin A.
Okay, many of you.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Intan. Just go ahead.
Most of them mention A and B, either A or B.
Okay, the answer is A. Okay. Sorry. The answer is A. Okay. I'll share with you the text. Okay. But then I think compared to the previous ones, okay, shared by the students, now I notice that more students answer A.
Yes.
Compared to the one before, kan? Betul tak?
Yes.
So what does that mean? It means that the more you listen, the more the possibility, the higher the possibility for you to get the right answer, right? Betul tak? Ni teacher nak tunjuk kat you all je. Maknanya listening ni janganlah rasa susah ya. Memang dia susah. Tapi janganlah rasa susah. Through practices, you be able to do it. Okay, you be able to score higher. That's why I let you listen for the third time. If I let you listen for the fourth and fifth time, maybe more and more will get the correct answers. Untuk kita practice lah, daily practice kita. For daily practice, you can do that. Kan dalam exam, of course lah, twice only right for you kan. But then nak tunjuk kat you all bahawasanya you really can improve your listening skills. There are ways to do it. Okay? Okay, now. Good thank you students. Thank you lah semua dengan nama apa tadi
Before I
Nazirah ke
buy
apa. Okay. So these are the texts for speaker 1 and speaker 2. So you can see here. Okay, you can see here the word mana tadi? I don't need it. This is very clear, right? I don't need it. Something not necessary for you, like in the question kan. And then you have but will probably inilah to me kan, even though it looks long here, but then you have this phrase here yang really give you the answer. Maknanya if you listen attentively, at least you will get jugalah something yang lead you to the correct answer. Macam for the second speaker, you see the best deal kat sini. And then you see the lowest price. Itu the best. These two are the best keywords. So even though kita memanglah need to see the context juga kan. But then at least these two words, these two phrases ni, tell us something. Okay? And then kita ada lagi compare prices here. Okay. So nak tak nak, memang you need to listen well lah. Okay? Okay, part 4. We are in part 4 now. This is the last part. Okay? 10 items. There are 10 items for you to answer gut feelings. That's completion here. Okay. And then it's a dialogue. It's a quite long. And then here, look at the fourth one. The words for the gaps are in the text heard. Okay, like this one, the words are in the text. They are not different words like the ones you saw before. Okay, parts 1 to 3. Some of the sentences are rephrased and so on. Kan? But then here the words are in the text. Okay, and then the questions are asked accordingly. It means that the answers, you can find the answers. Okay, according to the sequence they appear in the text. Okay, dia tak adalah ask randomly atas sana bawah kan, tak ada. Okay, so that's one of the ways lah for you. Okay, one of the tips lah for you. Okay, to answer this question. Okay, kemudian, so this is the text. This is a short one lah to be shared with you all. Kita share yang ni saja dulu. Because kita tak akan buat yang semua lah. Okay. So here you can see numbers 21 to 24. But actually for part 4, there are 20. The gaps are for questions 21 to 30. There are 10 gaps should be here. Okay. Ada 10 blanks for you to fill. Okay. Jadi kat sini kita ada 4 sahaja. Just for 2 days sharing lah. Okay. Tapi ingatlah, jangan ingat pendek ni je. In the exam they are longer. Okay, so for our practice today, we are going to work on numbers 21 and 22. Okay, so please read the text first and try to get some main idea of what it is all about. Try to get the gist of it from this short text. Okay, let's proceed to the audio.
You will hear a student, Siti, talking about her experience as an exchange student in Italy.
How did you know about this program?
It all started when my teacher announced that there would be a student exchange program. We could choose to go either to Italy or France. In the past, I had always ignored these programs. But for some reason, this year, it caught my attention.
So, did you apply straight away?
I think my biggest concern was that I had a limited budget, but I didn't let that stop me. I went ahead with the application and it was successful. My parents were a bit worried about how I would handle life away from home. Of course, I never traveled that far before, so I had to buy a new suitcase.
So, tell me more about your trip. What was it like when you got there?
In Rome, once we arrived, it was nice to be able to relax and walk around the city in the evening after the long flight. I noticed that the Italians do things differently. Their culture isn't the same as ours. They truly know how to relax and enjoy themselves.
Okay, you're going to listen to the text for the second time.
How did you know about this program?
It all started when my teacher announced that there would be a student exchange program. We could choose to go either to Italy or France. In the past, I had always ignored these programs. But for some reason, this year, it caught my attention.
So, did you apply straight away?
I think my biggest concern was that I had a limited budget, but I didn't let that stop me. I went ahead with the application and it was successful. My parents were a bit worried about how I would handle life away from home. Of course, I never traveled that far before, so I had to buy a new suitcase.
So, tell me more about your trip. What was it like when you got there?
In Rome, once we arrived, it was nice to be able to relax and walk around the city in the evening after the long flight. I noticed that the Italians do things differently. Their culture isn't the same as ours. They truly know how to relax and enjoy themselves.
Okay. Okay, take a few seconds to fill in gaps number 21 and 22.
Teacher Salma,
Yeah.
they managed to get the answers, I guess, because
Oh,
of
really?
the
Okay.
So do you want the answers right now?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
please. So
So
fast, huh?
yeah. Snow budget culture. Varen Lim, number 21 would be budget. 22
Okay.
culture. Sarah Nordin also have the same answer. Azimah also. Putri Sophia also have the same answer. So I just go through the names je lah. Kevin, Risa, Alia, Muhammad Isa, Yan Yan, Alia Shakira, Shuhada, and most of them got budget and culture.
Okay, just to ask them, are the recordings clear to them? Just answer yes or no. Are you clear with the recordings, students?
Ni soalan kategori.
Maknanya no, because they can answer very
Yes.
fast, you know.
Yes.
Maknanya I notice that kalau macam ni maknanya they have a very high chance lah to score the best here.
Wah,
InsyaAllah.
Kan? So baguslah. So the answer is correct. For number 21, the answer is budget. Okay. Tulisan ni tak berapa cantik ya. Budget. Jadi macam tu. Tak payah tulis lah. Okay. I don't want to type it. Okay. So for number 21, the answer is budget, and number 22, the answer is culture. Okay. So what
How
I
did
mean
you know about this program?
with the word accordingly. Okay. Please look at the text here. Okay. Accordingly, like in this text, the text that you heard just now, okay, you can see the word budget here, right? This is the word budget, right? Limited budget. That's a clue. And then you can see the word culture here. So you see for the first question, the answer is here. For the second question in part 4 here, the answer is here. That's what I mean by the word accordingly. Okay? Jadi jangan risaulah, yang ini maknanya itu salah satu cara lah untuk kita tengok jawapan kita tu. Betul ke salah ke, nanti jawab budget tiba-tiba soalan yang the next one jawab kat sini pula choose pula kan. Jadi biasanya accordingly lah. Okay. And this text should be longer actually. The one we share with you ni memang tak cover pun questions 23 and above tu. Okay. So it is longer. So kat sini memang is easier when we do it together. It seems much easier for you. But in the real exam, you have to remember that you have to listen to much longer text for this part. And then you have to remember a lot of things there. You have to jot down a lot of keywords there. You have to really pick up the words mentioned in the recording. Saya kena betul-betul lah dengar perkataan tu ya. And then baru you jawab kan. You jawab kat situ. And then last sekali, of course lah, you have to check your answer. Okay. Jadi for part 4 basically, you need to not only part 4 lah, all the parts lah, you have to really practice. Okay, listening at home or at school, and there are many ways for you to practice listening. Okay, so far those are the 4 parts yang kita ada setakat ni lah. So I hope that with the sharing, it's clear for you lah macam mana you want to do the listening test. Cuma again lah, I would like to remind you bahawa yang kat sini we work only a few questions lah out of all questions in those parts. Kena ingat, in the real exam it is longer. Okay, some tests are longer here. Okay, kemudian so remember part 1 you have 7 questions yang mana for each question you are going to listen to a text and then you answer the question. The second question, you listen to another text and then you answer the question until the last question, which is question number 7. For part 2, you are going to answer 8 questions, and all these 8 questions come from only one text. Okay, so it's trickier compared to, it's more difficult compared to the first part, because the recordings, you need to jot down a lot of things lah while you listen to the text kan. And then for part 3 is a matching one, so you are going to listen to 5 speakers and then ulang balik 5 speakers balik, and then baru you all boleh decide lah jawapan-jawapan tu. Masa mendengar pun boleh decide dah jawapan tu. Pada matching ni kadang you have to listen semua dulu, and then you boleh confirm balik mana jawapan yang paling tepat lah untuk setiap speaker tu kan. And then part 4 is a dialogue, okay, and it's the longest one. Yang kat sini, of course, bila dia the longest one, you really need to really pick up dapatkan perkataan tu from the text jot down everything, cubalah the best that you can untuk dapat untuk jawab dengan tepat lah dalam soalan tu.
Teacher Sal,
Yeah.
how much time do they have to write down the answer for listening test? From Christina Patricia.
Okay, overall, this test will take 40 minutes. Okay, while listening, they can answer the question, right? And then
Yes.
the second listening, they can still answer the question or confirm or check their answers, right? The last after the last part, they have 6 minutes to copy the answer onto the answer sheet. You have the answer sheet. Okay, so you copy what you have marked on the question paper onto the answer sheet. But then the answer, you yourself need to answer the question there and then. Okay, masa dengar tu terus jawab. Masa dengar tu terus jawab. Depends on the length of the text tu lah. Kan? Ada text tu about less than 1 second, less than 1 minute. Ada text yang 4 minutes, yang the longest part tu about 4 minutes. Jadi masa tu juga kita bila dengar tu, kita try to get the idea. Ada setengah pelajar dia boleh jawab masa tu juga, certain blank, certain questions. Jadi yang tu kena jawab on your paper, tapi jangan bimbang atas answer sheet lagi. Okay, jawab masa tu juga. So masa tu, how long tu, maknanya depends on the text kat situ lah. Okay, but then you are given time lah. Lepas habis semua tu, you are given time to transfer, to copy the question onto the answer sheet lah. 6 minutes given to you. Does that answer the question? Kena jawab selalu dah tu. You have to jawab terus masa tu. Masa baca. That's why kita ada pre-listening. Kita nak familiarizekan dulu, nak prepare our mind dengan words tu kan. Apa dia mungkin text tu about kan, the main idea tu kan. And then masa listening tu kita dengar first recording tu. Ada some student first recording tu dia dah boleh dapat jawab dah. Okay. Beberapa. And then second recording jawab more dan dia boleh check lagi. Ada some student berat semua pada masa during the first recording, and second recording dia check saja. Okay. Jadi I don't know whether I have answered your question or not. Cuma nak bagi tahu bahawa kena jawab masa tu. Nak masuk ke dalam answer sheet tu kemudian. Okay, at the end. Intan, is it okay? Siapa tanya dia? Okay, I just want to share a few tips with you lah. Macam mana nak improve your listening skill ya. There are many, and I think some of you know juga macam mana nak buat kan. Like the ones I'm sharing here is number 1, timetable regular practice. This means that you try your best to listen to something in English every day. For example, maybe you have to have a schedule for you lah. Macam in the morning, you make it like you spend 15 minutes to listen to something in English and then try to understand. And then at night, and then you have to discipline yourself lah. Memanglah, if you want to improve yourself, of course you need to make the effort kan. Kalau kita tak buat effort, macam mana kita nak improve? Betul tak? And then ada yang bagi tahu, ada yang say that listening ni susah semua kan. But I'm very sure through practices, through great effort, memang you akan dapat. And kalau boleh kita nak you score tu yang 30 over 30 tadi tu. Okay? Kita nak you all score yang tu. Sebab if you target an A+ for the SPM English paper yang mana mengandungi 4 papers kan. Kita ada reading, writing, speaking and listening. Of course, you need to do the best kat sini juga. Okay, so please make effort. Please do practices. Kena disiplin every day. Biarlah ada masa you do something. for listening. Okay. Second, listen to something that interests you. Kita kata alah bosan lah cik nak dengar benda-benda yang formal. At the beginning, try lah something that interests you. You all suka tengok, listen to songs dulu kan, ataupun tengok dulu movie, cuba to understand, and then try something yang lebih formal kan, documentaries pula ke. Kena rajin-rajin lah. Okay, tak ada benda yang menjadi kalau tak rajin. Okay, number 3, practicing chunks. You have to practice in chunks. You can listen to a 2-minute podcast ke, and then check your understanding. Kan, ada podcast kan dekat online tu kan. So cubalah download, tengok-tengok banyak-banyak. Buat dulu first 2 minutes, kemudian listen pula to the rest. Tengok player lain. Boleh tanya adik-beradik kita, or kawan kita, you can do it with your friends ke kan. And then number 4, repeated practice. You listen to the text you have listened before and practice listening for more ideas. Maknanya here, like the one you heard just now kan. Next time, ulang lagi. Sampai you all dapat jawapan dia. Sampai you really understand the text. Okay. Jadi di sini it is all on you. Kena buat practice. Kat sekolah memang your teachers will teach you kan macam mana nak do listening test semua, do the listening practices in classroom kan. Tetapi lain daripada tu is your own effort lah. Okay. Are you okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Okay tak?
Yes, teacher Sama. Everybody's okay.
Yes.
I really hope
Everybody's clicking the like button. Don't forget to smash the like button.
No, I just hope that what we are doing here, what we are sharing, Teacher Intan and I are sharing here today, really give a great impact on you. Kita tak naklah buat saja-saja spend time macam tu kan. So we want you to really get the gist of it lah, the what do you call that? The idea of how to do better in listening. Itulah. Kita betul-betul nak dia berkesan kepada you all. Kan? Okay. So, I guess that's all from me, Nurul. I'll just want to share 2 more slides here.
Okay.
As I said, please make the efforts. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I am possible. So, I want you to say it to yourself now, even though we cannot hear you, but we trust you. Say that I am possible. And you see the road. This is the road to success, like the name of our program today. Okay, the road to success. Okay, okay. And then this one, you can do it. Of course, inshallah. Okay, you can do it. And thank you to all who have given the responses to us. Okay, for your participation. Thank you very much. We pray the best for you in the SPM, in the 2021 SPM examination. Do your best. Jangan putus asa. Buat betul-betul. Okay? Okay, thank you. That's it from me.
Kak Sal,
Teacher Sama. Boleh on camera tak Teacher Sama dengan Teacher Intan? One last time lah, you know.
Now, Intan has something to say just now. What is it?
I know, but we also want to see your, sweet face, Teacher Sama. Can you turn on?
We are old. We are old already, you know.
Our thanks to our contributors.
Okay, credits to the contributors. Do you have the list?
What do you want to say, Intan? You want to mention
the voice actors?
I think Teacher Sama, you have the list, right?
Oh, okay. Okay, before kita berpisah ya. Okay. Before we leave you.
Sama, we don't see video. We want to see a video first, Teacher Sama. Let us see your beautiful faces. Snow kata. There you go. So
I am the grandmother of 3, okay? Okay, so
what's the
before
teacher?
we leave
Always a teacher.
Yeah. We would like to convey our thanks lah. Okay, first of all, of course, Miss Nurul, who have been working so hard with us for today's program. And then, of course, Uniza and JPNT, Tuan Arman, Tuan Haji Wan Zuraidi. And for your information, Miss Nurul is one of the officers di Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Terengganu ya. Okay, under English lah ya. And then we would also like to thank Dr. Zuraini, the expert teacher in Kelantan, Mr. Anwar, the principal of SMK Bahau, and these 2 great people, we refer to them a lot in order to make today's program a success. Okay, that's why we really hope that you gain something the best that you can from today's program. And then not to forget also our our co-teachers, even though they are not here, okay, they are really the great helpers for us, okay, great assistants who have helped us with the audios. Okay, they are Cikgu Cikgu Rohaya. We call her
Rahaya, don't
CKR,
forget her.
Cikgu Rohaya from SMK Megak Panji Alam, Kuala Terengganu. Teacher Rosfida from SMK Sultan Ismail 2. And then we have also our Akram panels. Akram panels ni adalah teachers under Akram adalah those yang memang sort of helping JPN lah, to come up with modules and everything. And then of course all those who have contributed lah to make this program a success.
And Kak
Okay,
Mahiran
thank you
Pen,
so much everyone.
and Teacher Mahiran too, who answered all the
Teacher Mahiran
questions
is
from
our
the
leader in
students.
Akram. Thank you to all of you and thank you to all the students. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so this is the end of the end of the line. Thank you so much, everybody. Hope you learn enough. Inshallah, all the best for you in SPM. And then don't forget the quiz too. Alhamdulillah, we got about 200 students, answering the quiz. Memang mantap everybody.
Wow.
So if you're lucky, the Uniza will contact you and give you the prize. Okay. So all the best. Thank you. And we end our session for today with video daripada Uniza. Thank you so much, Uniza, and thank you,
Bye.
teacher Intan and everybody. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
الذي خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم